So we've had a change in seasons. We're heading to Passover week. We're heading to the festival of Passover. It's the biggest event in Israel's life. It's the event of coming out of Egypt, and it's the event where Jesus Christ will be publicly shamed. It will become a public spectacle. What happens to him? I want to move there. I want to talk a little bit about a Greek festival as I move into. I'm going to talk a little bit about a Greek festival, and then we'll talk a little bit about Egypt, because we're moving towards Passover. And the Passover event, it's important to understand. I'm trying to capture that for you. A lot of times people think about Jesus Christ and the work on the cross as far as the Day of Atonement. Atonement is part of it. But atonement is inside of Passover. It's a mighty work. We're moving into the kingdom of God. Moving from somewhere into somewhere. So, for anybody who I know there's not a lot of Greek scholars in here, and I'm not one either. But there's a book, there's a dialogue, one written by Plato. And I won't stay too long on it. One written by Plato that really what he had to say in that dialogue really does continue on even today. I mean, not exactly the way it is, but the way people think about and talk about things, well, you can see it. When you open it up, you can see it, and you can hear it when you listen to the dialogue. And it's titled Timaeus. Plato's Timaeus. And it all takes place at a great festival in Greece, in Athens. City-state festival, and it's a festival. It's a festival that all the youth, particularly all the community peoples, and especially the youth, anyone who's born between this festival and last year's festival, if they're infant, toddler age, they're actually brought by the parents and presented to the guardians, presented to the elders, and then they do a vow. This is my child, this is our child. And then they are enrolled as a citizen of Athens, or citizens of whatever city. They're enrolled, that's a presentation. And also for the youth who are entering into the puberty, there's a lot of contests. There's poetry, and there's hymns that are sung, and there's different things because it's about the youth now, the children now coming into society. And so there's this welcoming, and so it's a festival, major festival. And so Plato takes this occasion to write one of his dialogues, and it's called Timaeus. And in that dialogue, he uses Socrates as the main character, and in that dialogue, there's this person, Timaeus, who, and you can read it online, you can read the Greek, or you can read the English translation, you can read it online. And so there's this person, Timaeus, and he begins to just kind of use him as background for how the world came into being, and how everything is orderly, and how it's come that even we, one of the Greek city-states in Athens, how we have this great inheritance. And he kind of lays it all out. There's a lot of stuff in it that you go, well, I recognize that. I hear people still talking about that today in different ways. And it's quite a detailed work. Timaeus. Well, in the gospel presentation, in the gospel of Mark, as Jesus Christ is moving to Passover, as he leaves Jericho, there's a character there. And his name's Bartemaus. And his name means Bar is son of Timaeus. You go, now that's kind of interesting. Bartemaus. And Bartemaus is a blind beggar. Bartimaeus is a blind beggar, and Bartimaeus hollers out when he hears that Jesus, son of David is coming through. He starts hollering out, "Have mercy on me." And you go, well, that's kind of interesting, because here we have like one of the highlights of Greek culture, and as Timaeus, and now we have generations down, Bartimaeus, And Bartemaus is a blind beggar. So lots is said here. What is it you want? Jesus calls him up. What is it you want? That I might see. That I might see. He says, your faith has made you whole. Bartimaeus begins to see. Follows him to the Passover festival. Bartimaeus. That's what our culture is. That's what the world at large is. It's very organized. It's a whole cosmology. But it doesn't take us where we need to go. It's not possible. But in that, Timaeus, there's also, when he's talking about Athens in Greek, they're saying, well, our roots go back to Egypt. Well, not really go back to Egypt. The goddesses of Egypt and the goddesses of Greece, they're kind of the same. I think they're the same sort, and they're raising us up differently. And I want to go to Egypt now. I want to go to King, who we know is King Tut. So King Tut is one, I think he's about 1350 BC, and so he's kind of the time of Moses. A little bit of time of Moses, but he's a youth guy, and you read about. But if you look at any pictures of King Tut, it's going to be very recognizable. It's going to be what's called his death mask. And his death mask, you look at his death mask, and it's beautiful and it's golden, but you look at it, it's the hood of the hooded cobra. It's the snake. It's the serpent. Egypt is all about the snake and the serpent, and they have and what they wear that's their authority. It's also the hooded cobra. It's got a name, Uranus or something like that. It's the hooded cobra. It's the snake. And so in this Genesis account, you have a talking snake. Well, this is kind of interesting, but you got to understand that it's all really about the Passover. It's all really about bringing people out of somewhere that's slavery, somewhere that's dark, into the light, into something that's how it really is. So even though you have, like Plato writing Timaeus, so even though you have the oldest of civilized cultures in Egypt, it's not good for human beings. It's not what the Lord wants for human beings. And so what we have in our scriptures is a documentation and a history. And you're not really sure what you've got. But if you stay with it long enough, you can end up here. You can end up here at Passover week. And here at Passover week, you're going to see humanity behave like people do. Humanity is going to protect humanity's interests. And humanity is going to shut down something that is not of our interest. And it will be the word of Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is not going to give it up. He's not going to let it go. And so it's written about that Jesus Christ died for our sins. He does die for our sins, but it's not exactly just the atonement. That's not going to do it. He died for our sins because we wouldn't have him. We wouldn't tolerate it. What he has to say is not compatible with how we have organized it. It's not compatible with our cosmology. And as you can hear today in people's conversations, people say the wildest stuff and how we organize things. And that's what that whole repentance is all about. Is the way you organize things in your head, all of us, the way we organize things culturally, the way we organize things by our peers, everything needs to be adjusted in a big way. And it's called repent. Metanoia. It's where we are. We're headed for the Passover festival. We're headed to a place that witnesses have said this is how it all came down. This is what happened. And then you have people saying, well, this is what it means. So you end up with a guy like Paul saying this is what it means. And it's like, man, I'm getting a headache, Paul, because Paul's right. Paul's a legal scholar, and he's making a legal presentation, and he's doing a lot of moving around, but you don't have to follow all that moving around because the focus is here, and the focus is in the resurrection, and the focus is in his changed lives, and the focus is that that Lord, that I might see that I've been blind about all this. The Lord God is not easy. Even as prophets say, who's more blind than my own servants? So we're all capable of going blind. But the work of the God is a mighty and powerful work so that we might see, so that we might experience the life that He has for us. And it's for our children. So Bartemaus, son of Timaeus, those are generations down. A lot of things, bad things happen to Athens. Alexander the Great, the Macedonians, changes everything. Hellenism's a big change. Everything's different and gone. It's never, and now Rome's come up. It's all moving, and it's going to change even more so. But Jesus Christ and His work, it doesn't change. And it's a dynamic work. All of us the work of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our hymn of this